Wasabi Wallet. Unfairly private.
When setting up your own Bitcoin node, one of the trickiest bits can be getting inbound liquidity, also known as somebody opening a channel to you so that you can receive payments. I've done lots of videos on setting up your own Lightning node, but this is the number one question that people often come back to is, where can I get people to open channels to me? And can you open a channel to me? Which unfortunately, I just don't have the liquidity and the funds to open channels to everyone. So today we're going to be taking a look at voltage.cloud and their service called Flow, where you can spend a few bucks and get inbound liquidity directly to your Lightning node. I am Ben with the BTC Sessions, and this is your daily session.
Untitled Bitcoin.
Shakepay.com is the best way to buy Bitcoin in Canada. No deposit or withdrawal fees, super thin spread, getting some of the best rates. On top of that, using the link down below, if you sign up and buy your first $100 of Bitcoin, they will give you 30 bucks for free. You get the same deal when you refer your friends, and you can shake your phone every single day for free sats. On top of that, they have their sats back Visa card that you can sign up for now. Check them out. LEDN.io allows you to use your Bitcoin for a variety of different services, including if you're in a pinch and you need dollars, but you don't want to sell your Bitcoin, you can deposit Bitcoin and get a Bitcoin-backed loan with dollars into your bank account within 24 hours. You pay back those dollars, you get back the same amount of Bitcoin. They also have savings accounts for Bitcoin and USDC, and if you're feeling mega bullish, they've got their B2X offering. They also have deals where you can earn 10 bucks for free into your savings. Check them out in the links down below. Bitrefill has a never-ending catalog of all of the best gift cards, and you can purchase them using Bitcoin both on-chain and via the Lightning Network, and you earn sats back as you shop. On top of this, they have a killer referral program, so if you got friends and family that might be interested as well, be sure to check them out in the show notes below. Keystone is one of my most used hardware wallets, and that is because it is 100% air-gapped, meaning you never plug it into anything internet connected, keeping the keys to your money safe and offline. They also boast compatibility with all of the best wallets: Blue Wallet, Wasabi, Spectre, Sparrow, you name it, they got it, and it works beautifully in a multi-sig setup. Check them out. There's a link in the show notes. If you're backing up any important Bitcoin wallet, be sure to get it in solid steel with the BillFodl over at privacypros.io. Guys, paper just doesn't cut it. Fire damage, water damage, accidentally discarding it because it's paper. When you get it in solid steel, all of those problems tend to go away. Be sure to check them out. This is how I back up all of my important Bitcoin wallets. Now, before we look at exactly what we're doing here, I just wanted to do a bit more of an explanation around this, and I'm sure I'll reiterate it throughout the video, but the more I can kind of bang out the purpose of this, the better. Effectively, what we're doing here is we're creating something called a Sidecar Ticket to create a sidecar channel. Now, what are those things? A Sidecar Ticket is basically a voucher that allows you to redeem in order to get somebody to open a Lightning channel to you. And why you would want that is if you need to be receiving Lightning payments to your Lightning node, but you don't currently have anybody that's willing to open channels to you. So if you've been in previous videos of mine and you've learned, okay, great, I know how to open channels to other people, I can make payments pretty easily, but it's hard for me to receive payments because nobody has opened channels to me. This is a simple and cheap solution to that so that you can get that inbound liquidity so you can receive payments to your Lightning node. With that said, let's take a look at what we're doing today. So I'm going to be making the assumption here that you've already been playing around with Lightning a little bit, at least at the base of having a Bitcoin node and having a Lightning wallet and a Lightning node accessible to you. Perhaps you're using Umbral, perhaps you're using something else. Regardless, this will work as long as you have access to an application called Lightning Terminal. It is available in Umbral, and I believe you can get it in a variety of other setups as well. So if you're running something like my node, that will work just fine as well. So just for reference, there is a full tutorial on how to set up an Umbrel node as well as my node, and you can go check those out. And if you're on Umbrel, simply in the App Store, you're going to be looking, if you scroll down a little bit, for Lightning Terminal, and you're going to want to download that, at which point it will show up in your apps here, and you can just click it to open it and enter the password. Now, I already have Lightning Terminal open here. There's a lot of stuff in front of me. I can see all of my previously open channels and everything. We're going to be starting from somewhere else though. Just know that you will be using Lightning Terminal momentarily. So this is voltage.cloud, and all you need to do is you go to voltage.cloud and you sign up for an account. And then when you are finished with that, you just head to account.voltage.cloud. And this is going to be your little dashboard here. Now you can have hosted nodes through Voltage if you need something like that. And I will cover that in another video later on. But today we're going to be looking at the second option here, which is Flow. So once you've signed up, and again, it's just email and password, really simple. You can hit the Flow button here, and this will take you to your Flow screen. Now you can see here in front of you, there is, if you have any credits, any outstanding Bitcoin that you've already deposited here that can be used, this will be listed up above. You can look at the pool market info. So what this is effectively there's a market of people saying, hey, I'm willing to offer up my Bitcoin to lock it up in a channel to you for a small fee. Alternatively, the bids are people saying, hey, I would like somebody to open up a channel to me, and I'm willing to offer this amount of money in order for you to do that. And so you can see these batches of new channels go through every X amount of minutes, and they'll just kind of cycle through, and the market will gradually sort itself out. Right now, there's a lot of people offering up liquidity, which if you're looking for people to open channels to you, that works in your favor with the market conditions as they are. That means you can get channels open to you for relatively cheap. You can see that previously I have an order here that is submitted and waiting to be opened, which means that I've basically bought what's known as a sidecar ticket or a sidecar channel, and I'm just waiting for somebody to pick up that offer and open a channel to me. So we're going to go through the flow of looking and saying, hey, I want a channel open to me. I'm going to make an offer, and I'm going to submit it via Lightning Terminal so that I can get somebody to open that channel. So here within the Flow dashboard, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to hit New Channel. And then it's going to ask you, what size of channel would you like opened to your node? And again, how much inbound capacity would you like? How many sats? So here I'm going to do an inbound channel for, let's say, 2 million sats. Great. Now the second field here is, do I want any sats on my side of the channel? So initially, if I put 0 here, that means somebody will lock up their Bitcoin in a channel to me, but they still have all the Bitcoin on their side of the channel. They still retain ownership of it. It just enables me to receive up to 2 million sats of payments within that channel. Okay, so I could, as I receive payments, they would come through on that channel. And then if I wanted to close the channel, or if they close the channel later on, I retain those sats and they would just go to my on-chain wallet within Umbrel or whatever node I'm running. Alternatively, I can say, hey, I want this to be a balanced channel. Maybe I want 1 million sats on my side of the channel as well. If this was the case, then this person would open a channel to me. They would take 2 million sats, they would send 1 million sats to me on my side of the channel and then retain 1 million on their side. And what this does is it gives me the ability to receive up to 1 million sats, but it also gives me the ability to send up to 1 million sats out their side of the channel. Of course, this would then be incorporated into what you're paying, because you're kind of paying yourself in a roundabout way. You're paying 1 million sats to yourself, but then it's available on Lightning. So if you want to do that, I have outbound liquidity. I don't really need it. So I'm just going to keep this as 0. But if you need spending capacity as well, and you want it in a single channel, that could be an option for you. Now, lastly, you're going to choose what kind of node do you want to connect to. You can choose best or any. Any might not be the best option. You want probably the best kind of top ranked nodes, because then there's way less chance of payments failing if you're trying to receive funds. Okay, if you just choose any old node, you don't know what kind of channels they've got set up, if they're relatively liquid, if they have good connections with other peers. So by default, I would probably leave that as best. And then you can set the amount of basis points that you're willing to pay. What are basis points? A single basis point is 1/100th of a percent, or 0.01%. All right, you can set this if you're kind of familiar with how the markets are going, or if you don't set it, it will kind of just take a kind of best guess at where the market's at and historically where it's been at recently, and it will just set that rate for you. It ends up being, at the current time, it tends to be pretty cheap, and you'll see a quote before you opt to spend that money. So let's go ahead, we're gonna hit get quote. Okay, so it says for a 2 million sat channel, right now the market is looking at about 36 basis points as the cost, okay? 36 basis points, as a reminder, is 0.36%. So about 1/3 of a percent, okay? The pool fee, this is the fee determined by the pool auction service by Lightning Labs. So Lightning Labs are the ones that kind of create this marketplace. And so that's gonna be your biggest fee. So that's about 7,300 sats. And then the total fee altogether is the pool fee plus the voltage fee. So what voltage charges to create these tickets, all right? And so in total, I'll be spending around 8,000 sats to get a 2 million sat inbound channel to me, okay? I'm okay with that. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna say create. Okay, so it says, here is your order ID. It was created on this date. The capacity is for 2 million sats of inbound capacity at 36 basis points, or a cost of 0.36%. There will be no sats on my side of the channel. So all of those 2 million sats will be inbound. I'll be able to receive payments, but I won't be sending out through this channel. I can do that through other channels that I already have established. My total fee is 8,033 sats. That's also the amount due. This amount due would be different if I wanted sats on my side of the channel. So if I said, well, I'm kind of paying myself 1 million sats so I can spend out, then it would be 1,008,033 sats, just so you kind of can picture that in your head. And then the lease duration. How long is this person required to keep the channel open to me? And so the lease duration defaults to 2016 blocks, which is roughly a couple of weeks, okay? Now, if that channel is relatively active, they may just keep it open longer, but that's roughly what I'm looking at here. Okay, so this all looks good to me. I'm gonna hit pay. And this gives you the option to pay either via Lightning or on chain. Okay, so I'm gonna do a Lightning payment through just Blue Wallet because of simplicity, and I'll kind of quickly show you what I'm doing here. Okay, so I have a Lightning wallet open right here on my on my Blue Wallet, I'm just going to, down at the bottom, there's a send button. So I'm going to hit send, and there's the option to scan. So I'm going to hit the scan button. I'm just going to simply scan the invoice on the screen here, and it says, hey, this is an invoice for 8,033 sats. Do you want to pay it? I'm going to hit OK, or pay rather. So done. That is sent. There we go. So I have now paid that invoice. I paid the 8,033 sats, and this is what is known as a sidecar ticket. So what is a sidecar ticket? This is a redeemable voucher that enables you to get an inbound channel to your node. It doesn't need to be you redeeming it. So you bought it through an account with voltage on Flow that is associated with an email address that you own. But it doesn't have to be for you yourself. It can be for anyone. In fact, the email address that I use could be, a Proton Mail one, some sort of private email that I just use in association with that. And so I can gift this ticket to somebody else. I can do really whatever I choose with it. And so what I need to do to redeem it is I can just click the QR code to copy this. And this is where we're gonna go over to Lightning Terminal. So just as a reminder, in Umbrel, there are apps that you can get via their app store. And the one that you would be using is Lightning Terminal right here. Once you download it, it will be over on the left here in your apps. And you can simply click on it to open in a new window. I already have it open and we're good to go. And what we're gonna be doing, quite simply, depending on how new your node is, you may not have all these other channel listings down below. These are channels that I have open to me or have opened out to other people. But I just look for this button that says Register Sidecar Channel. Once I click on that, I'm going to paste in what was copied from this when I clicked. I'm going to paste that right here. I'm going to hit Next. I'm going to hit confirm. And it says ticket registered successfully. Your new channel will be provisioned in an upcoming pool batch. And so when I head back, I can now close this. I can see order was created. It's waiting for invoice to be paid. I can actually now head back to Flow, and I can now see that I've got actually 2 pending channels to be open to me through Lightning Terminal. In fact, I can go into this one that I just created, and it gives me all of the details, my order ID, when it was created, the capacity, all of the stuff we were looking at before. And we can see that it is pending, and I will have a channel opened to my Lightning node for 2 million sats so that I can easily get inbound liquidity. So I can easily get and receive payments. So I've done that previously. You saw the other one that I have pending as well and submitted. And it says the sidecar ticket was registered with a node and submitted to pool. All right. At any point before somebody opens a channel with me, if I wanted to, I can click on one of these. I can hit cancel order, and then I can give that ticket to somebody else. But it's already registered. It's already set to be open to my node. All I need to do is wait for that channel to be opened, and I will have that inbound liquidity nice and easy. All right, just jumping ahead a little bit, we now see that we have 2 sidecar tickets or channels that have now been filled. So we can see the order got filled in the pool order book. So if I click on it, I can see that this channel for 2 million sats, as well as the other one for 1 million sats, have both been filled, aka opened to my node. So how do I see that? Well, over on Umbrel, And I'm going to be referring to an app that I used in my initial Lightning setup video called Thunderhub. So if you go to the App Store and scroll down, it is this one right here, Thunderhub. And again, that will show up in your apps here that you can use. I already have it open. Okay, and this is what it looks like. So if you've seen my old Lightning tutorial video, this will look familiar. But how do you see those inbound channels? It depends on if they're still in the process of opening. And so let's take a look. Just over on the left-hand side here, you can go and look for channels. You're going to click there. All right. And then I can see that they're not yet open. They're in the process of opening, aka settling on chain. Okay, so I can see there's 2 pending channels, and I know that I had 2 people that are 2 channels, and I can see this is just shy of a million sats being open to me, and this is just shy of 2 million sats being open to me. Now, again, if you watch my old Lightning video, you'll be familiar with this, but why the discrepancy? Why not a full 1 million? Well, Thunderhub, aka LND, keeps a reserve of sats depending on on-chain fees and how busy the Bitcoin network is, just in the instance if you need to close a channel. So it kind of keeps a certain amount of sats on either side of the channel, just kind of off the table for the time being, so that when you go to close the channel, you have the funds to do so, okay, to settle those funds on chain. All right, but these are my 2 channels here. Now, in the instance where they were already confirmed and fully connected, what I could do here is I could go to my open channels. There's a little settings wheel in the top right. I can click that, and then what would I want to do? I want to basically, this is just options to sort your list of channels. You can sort by age. So you click age, and then you can sort by, what do I want? Increasing, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, this one opened how long ago? Channel age, 1 day. Yeah, okay. So you just hit this settings wheel here. You sort by age and you sort by increasing. So it starts with the newest channel and then it increases from there. So you'll see who the newest channels open to you are. Of course, those other 2 channels are in the process of officially being confirmed. So once they confirm, they will show up here at the top of the list so that I know that I do indeed have 2 new channels open to me for the amounts that I requested. So that is how you find your new channels. So who exactly is this for? Well, this could be for a lot of different people. Maybe you are just working on establishing your node off the hop, and you just kind of want to get payments starting to flow through you, and you want to kind of experiment and play around and learn how to get inbound and outbound liquidity and establish channels and everything, and kind of build up your node as being a trustworthy one and a reliable one to utilize to route payments. Maybe you're a merchant and you would like to be receiving a lot of payments and you just don't know a ton of people that are willing to open inbound channels with you. And given the number of payments you're expecting to receive, you need that help. You need to have those inbound liquidity lines, and 36 basis points is really not bad. So this is kind of the main reason that you would look at voltage flow. Perhaps if you're one of the people that you went through one of my old Lightning tutorials and you said, great, I'm able to open channels with other people, but I just can't receive payments. Like, nobody's opening channels with me. This is an option for you so that you can easily receive payments to your Lightning node. So I recommend that you take a look at it. Again, you don't have to open as large of channels as I have here. I've got 1 million and a 2 million sat channel, and it only costs me for the 2 million sat channel about 8,000 sats. That diminishes the smaller the size of the channel. So maybe you only want like a 500,000 sat channel. That's fine too, and the cost of that channel will be reflected in the diminished size. So keep that in mind. Highly encourage you check out flow from Voltage Cloud. Just great. And on top of this, you also have one thing I wanted to mention is some added privacy in that you don't know, those are the UTXOs or the Bitcoin from Voltage that are incoming to you. It's not sats that are explicitly linked to you if you've bought sats on an exchange and open channels and everything. So there's a degree of anonymity added to these channels as well. So you can keep that in mind too. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, please do hit like, subscribe, share, all those things. They really do help the channel quite a bit. And hopefully this will help a number of you get your Lightning nodes working even better than you ever imagined. If you want to help out the show in another way, you can hit up the previously mentioned sponsors down below in the show notes. And if you really liked what you saw, you can always drop me a Bitcoin tip, either just via Twitter, I now have that all set up, or you can hit up my Strike page, which is strike.me/BTC sessions. When you get there, you can type in any amount that you like. You hit the tip button, you'll be greeted with a Lightning invoice, or if you click to the right, a regular Bitcoin QR code. With that, I am out. Have yourselves a wonderful day or evening, wherever you may be. See you guys next time for your daily session.
Hodl the Bitcoin.